I know. I gotta find a better song than this. Gotta get pumped up, you know? Let's get this shit going. Let's try. Let's try that one. Ugh. All right. What is up, everybody? I figured, why not do something a little different today? I've actually never. Let me make sure. As far as I can remember, I've never done flat on the Smith machine. So I figured, you know what? Let's switch it up a little bit today. So let's try some flat Smith machine bench press. I know that's kind of to some people, it's like Smith machine bench press, really. But in terms of just feeling more burn and isolation in my chest, I do feel it a little more on Smith machine than I do, say, with a flat barbell. So, and again, bodybuilding is my main focus at the moment. So that's kind of where I'm. It's kind of where I'm, focusing. But let's throw another 45 on each side. Now this might be kind of foolish. We'll find out when I get my first couple sets in. But I think, well, not just for today. I think for in the next couple weeks at the minimum of all my compound lifts, so squat, bench. Maybe you could throw in a heavy bent over row or T-bar row. Lifts like that, shoulder press. I think that, again, for a minimum of a couple weeks, I'm gonna start bringing the rep ranges lower. So I'm gonna start lifting heavier. So today I might try to work up to a couple heavy sets of 5 or 6. I don't quite know yet. And again, it's probably not the best idea to try that on the first time ever doing flat on a Smith machine. So, honestly, that could change if I start progressing up in weight and it's just, for whatever reason, it's kind of taken me some time to figure it out or feel comfortable, whatever it might be. But at least that's the plan. So I'm going to try to do a couple heavier sets here today. Because after I did my leg session yesterday, the heavy sets of 10, they're great. Great for muscle building. So I'm not knocking it or anything here. But again, it's all kind of in cycles, And I think I'm kind of burning myself out on the heavy sets of 10. And on top of that, I'm bulking. So why not take advantage of, while I'm trying to put on this extra weight, try not to push the weight a little bit, climb up and weight a little. Nothing crazy. I'm not going to do any 1-rep maxes. I'm done doing that stuff. But maybe I'll push it to a heavy set of 4 over the next course of 2 or 3 weeks or a month even. We'll see. So I'm just going to kind of feel it out. It's been a while since I've done that heavy of weight. So it might take a week or two to kind of really dial that back in. But, I'm going to quit boring you guys. Let's keep warming up, and I'll see what kind of weight I'm going to throw on here for the first set. All right. I honestly might do that weight again. Probably won't record it. And then we'll throw another 45 on each side. It's just, I really want to make sure I take my time and make sure I'm comfortable doing this. Because since this is a fixed movement, I got to make sure I'm laying down in the right spot. Because I can't move my arms up or down to make up for that, being off. Even if it's just a little bit. can ruin everything. So I want to take my time warming up here and make sure I can kind of feel it out, at least get it very, very close to being consistent where I'm, laying in the right spot. So yeah, I'll do that again and we'll throw on another 45 on each side. All right, one stipulation that might change a lot of what I just said is for, anyone that's consistently been watching, um, all my million of followers out there. You guys know I've been having some slight elbow. I don't know if you want to call it tendonitis or what, but it's right here, actually on both of my arms. And then I've also been having some knee problems, which again I've never had. I've been training for 13 years, never had any lingering injuries like this, if you want to call them injuries. Very minor though. I've had little knick-knack injuries here and there, but they've never lingered for as long as these two have. So, when it comes to the whole me lifting heavy, if it starts to really affect that even more, I might have to kind of scrap it and call an audible or something, do something different. But again, like I'm bulking right now, so I just want to, I don't know, I just want to try to push some weight, start adding some more weight. And again, no one rep maxes, no heavy sets of 3, maybe even not a heavy set of 4, but around 5 or 6 reps, 2 or 3 heavy sets. Like I said, on bench and squat and all that. Why not? I'm bulking, I'm eating a lot, kind of eating whatever I want. So why not take advantage of it? At least that's my line of thinking. But yeah, so unless I start having an increase in these little minor injuries, again, that's the plan. So we'll kind of see how it plays out. But let's keep warming up. Yeah, I was offline a little bit there. It wasn't really that bad, honestly. But when I start getting to those heavy sets, I don't want to be off really at all if I can help it. So, you know, although it may not have been bad with this warm up, if I work up to say like 4 plates on each side today, big if, we'll see. Um, I don't want to be off hardly at all if I can help it, like I said. So I got to try to dial that in. Let me throw a 25 on each side. See how that feels, because this weight honestly didn't feel heavy. I was just kind of off a little bit. So let's throw a 25 on. How many reps did I have there, realistically? I'm thinking 8 or 9. Maybe more. I've always been better at doing heavy reps than a 1 rep max. So it's tough to say. Let me just throw. Fuck it, dude. Let me just throw 4 plates on each side. We'll try set and see what happens. I'm in a Smith machine, So, I mean, theoretically, the worst that can happen is I get stuck on a rep and I just have to lock it where it is. I guess that's not the worst that can happen. I could go to lock it and miss, and then the shit comes down on me. But you know what? If I die in the gym, I would die a very happy man. So I'm okay with it. Let's just fucking do it. Damn it. That didn't feel great. I'm not gonna lie. Again, kind of like I said earlier, it was hard to find that sweet spot. You know, whether I was laying too far down or too far up. Yeah, it just didn't. It just didn't feel the best. I feel like I should have. Honestly, I felt like I should have went up even a little more. Because when I come down, I felt very, instead of coming down and opening your chest up, I felt like the bar was too high, almost like it was, pulling my shoulders up, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah. But I mean, in terms of the weight, I was just trying to control it. No speedy reps. So it felt fine. I'll try another one, and hopefully I can, lay in a better spot. Yeah, I'll try one more. We'll see. Might do 3 if that one ends up a little better, but might stop here at 2. That one felt a little better. I got one more rep. Yeah, man. Most of the problem here is just making sure I'm laying down. Like I said, I'm not too far down or too far up, and the bar path is pretty much straight up and down. I don't want to be pressing with my arms, with my elbow too far underneath, and also too far. You pretty much want this a straight line, or as straight as you can get it. You get more power that way. I mean, it's pretty simple logic there, So again, if you're laying incorrectly, it can fuck everything up. And that kind of explains why I did one more rep on the second set, and it just felt better. I think I figured I was laying in a little better position. So I might say fuck it and do one more. What do you think? Might as well. That one felt better. So, yeah, let's just go for it. Let's do one more at this weight, and then do a couple back down sets. These damn fucking pants. Every time I sit down or lay down and do my bench set, these fucking pants want to ride up my ankles. That's fucking annoying. Is that a sign that my legs are getting bigger? That's what I'm going to twist it as. Made me feel better about this. I don't think that's the case, though. I just think that's how these pants are made. But again, let's just twist it as my legs are getting bigger. All right, got to get used to lifting heavier sets again. But still, overall, that's pretty good. This final set just now, I did feel like I was off just a little bit again. And when you're laying, or when you're doing a fixed movement like this, if your form is off a little, it can throw it. Like I said, it can throw everything off, make it feel way different. Because think about it, when you're laying on a bench with a barbell free weight, no matter where you lay up and down, you can pull the bar where it's supposed to be and do your set. On this, if you're laying too high, if you're laying too high and have the bar too low, and you'd be pressing way lower than you should at a weird angle, and it just fucking feels weird. Like I said, it throws everything off. You lose some power. So, um, that's I'll have to make sure. And it's one of those things where I'll get better the more I do it. Like I said, this is my first time doing flat bench in a Smith machine, so considering that, it was pretty good. Three heavy sets like that, I've already got a pretty decent burn in my chest. Let's strip some plates off. Probably do two more. We'll do 5 sets here like always. So strip some plates off. We'll do a couple more sets and then we'll move on to something else. All right, one more. That is a fucking great set to end on, if you ask me. That last rep I did, those are the reps that it forces your body to grow. Like I said, not every set. God damn it, let me fix my earbuds here. Not every set needs to go to that extreme point of failure, or with that close. Like I said, if you say you're doing 4 sets here, maybe a couple of them like that, and then the other couple you stop maybe a rep or two before you get to a rep like that. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. Let's move on to, you guessed it, some dumbbell flies, flat dumbbell flies. We'll start with that. Like that's anything different. That's what I start with every time. Well, what a first set that was. I think, what do I think? I don't know. Let me try. I really want to do 3 sets with the 90s today. No back downs because I did that last week. So, but again, I'll admit that was a pretty tough first set. I'm not gonna lie, it was. All I can really do is do one more set and just kind of gauge off that if I feel like a third set with the 90s is even doable, and if it is it even viable? Does it make sense to try a third one, or should I just back the weight down? I don't know. Let's do one more and I'll see. All right, this song is not cutting it. Let me find something different and then we'll get this second set. Here we go. All right, now we're talking. When I'm doing this, what I'm really trying to do on the eccentric, I mean, A is control it, obviously, but I'm really trying to focus on driving my elbows down as far as I can, because that's where the stretch of the pec occurs the most. So if you're coming out, you want to have a slight bend in your elbow. If you're coming down and your hands start, look at that. There's no extra stretch that occurs on the chest when I do that. Now, the more I drive my elbows back, the more and more I get a stretch. And again, that's where you get the most hypertrophy. So that's kind of what I'm thinking and what I'm trying to do and emulate when I'm doing these sets. So keep a slight bend in your arm, drive your elbows down, and then drive them together as you're coming up. And generally, you should get some pretty good sets as long as you pick good weight and rep ranges. So, yeah, that felt, I did 10 again. Very tough, but I did 10 again. So it felt good enough. Let's do one more at this weight. I'll probably only get 8 or 9, but I think it'll be good to go. All right, 3 good sets. I will say so myself. My chest is fucking pumped, so it's good. Let's move on to incline flies. All right, I would not recommend doing what I just did because I noticed it from the first fucking rep. But the angle of this incline, it's kind of a rookie mistake, honestly, and I just made one. But it's way too steep than what I normally like to do on any kind of fly. Well, I won't say way too steep, but it is too steep. Yeah, just one notch lower is where it should have been. Because when you're doing a fly, the steeper it goes, the more uncomfortable it just feels. It's very easy to get out of position, lose your form. Just think about it. If you're doing a fly and the bench is at a steep angle, those dumbbells you're just gonna want to pull you forward. It's not a natural. Of course, a lot of movements in the gym aren't natural, but there are more optimal and safer ways to do certain lifts. And I think when you're doing an incline dumbbell fly, you shouldn't go any steeper than what I got it right here, in my opinion. I just think the risk starts to get too high up the steeper you go. So get it at about an angle like this, and it'll definitely do the job. My upper chest is, well, not to toot my own horn or anything, but pretty fucking good, and I don't go any steeper than this. So you guys be good to go, trust me. But other than that, good first set. Well, just like the flat dumbbell flies, I'll do 2 more with the same weight, and then we'll kind of figure it out after that. Whew. That was tough. Fucking love it. And my chest is feeling pretty fucking gnarly right now. Oh, I love that shit. Almost to the point where I can't even flex it. It's just full of blood. Yeah, let's do one more. Yeah, one more, and that'll be good here. I'll be honest, I really wanted to go for one more rep there. But honestly, by the time I almost got to the point of locking the final rep that I did do, once I got to the lockout, I was so fatigued, my chest was burning so bad. I don't think I could have done one more. So even if it kind of looked like I could have, I don't know, maybe I could have. I surprised myself quite a bit in here sometimes, in a good way and in a bad way. uh, Full of surprises, but yeah, let's call that a wrap for incline dumbbell flies. And now, catch my breath. I think I'm gonna finish with an exercise that I haven't done in a while for lower chest. It's gonna require me to stay right here on this bench, and we'll do the supinated chest flies. Hit that lower chest. I might even put it on a slight decline, and I mean slight, just because make it feel like I'm hitting lower chest a little better. But yeah, let's get that set up. All right, that was interesting, but honestly, it felt pretty good, especially where I want to feel it, which is my lower chest. Let's try that again. I wanna, I wanna do another. Well, obviously, I'm gonna do 2 more sets, but I want to do another set before I really give my thoughts on it. Because I mean, I always do, not always, but I've done this exercise a lot, but not while also adding a slight decline to it. So it does. You wouldn't think it, but it does change. Okay, it can change things quite a bit. Just making that little adjustment and going from flat to a slight decline, and then vice versa with incline. So I'll do one more set before I really kind of reevaluate how I feel about it. If I like it more or less, or generally about the same. Okay. Honestly, I could be. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like these fucking earbuds, man. I feel like adding the slight decline doesn't really add much. Now I know, on paper, it should be hitting my lower chest a little bit more, but again, it just doesn't feel like it's adding that much. So I don't know. I mean, it doesn't feel bad. So like I said, on paper, at least theoretically, it should be hitting my lower chest a little bit more. So I might start doing it like this. Again, just like I said, because on paper, it should be doing a little more for my lower chest. But yeah, I mean, not bad. not really better than having it flat. So, I mean, you win some and lose some. It's, again, I'll say it one more time. On paper, it's hitting my lower chest more. So, you know, I'll ride it out and do one more just for that reason. Freaking fly keeps landing on me mid-set. Motherfucker. All right. You know what? I am happy with that. Let's call that a good chest day and do some posing real quick. All right. Good chest day. I think it's safe to say that was a good chest day. Let me bring the camera up just a little higher. Yeah, so, I mean, quick recap. The first 3 quote-unquote heavy sets, they were pretty good considering I've never done flat Smith machine, like I said. On 2 out of the 3, so the first set and then the third set, those 2 sets, I was out of position a little bit. The second one is really the one that felt good. I could go a little more explosively, and I think I did 1 more rep. So if I can start to get a pattern of that and make sure most of the sets I'm getting, like I said, in that sweet spot, you know, I think we'll be good to go to keep doing that. And again, I'll be alternating that in and out with dumbbells and the hammer press machine over there. So, yeah, man. And then the dumbbell fly is pretty straightforward. They all felt, I mean, not great, but not bad either. 3 heavy sets on pretty much all of them. Well, I'll say the slight decline supinated fly, those weren't really as heavy as I was pushing it with the flat dumbbell flies and then the incline, but you guys get the gist. Anyways, let's yeah, let's do some posing. I feel, I'll be honest, let me get a little closer. I do feel a little more pudgy. Now, a lot of that could be just be in my head, because I know I've been bulking for months now, but I do feel it. And it's something that I don't know, I don't like. I feel like a broken record. I've been saying this every week. But dude, a lot of it when you're bulking and cutting is a mental game more than anything. It's and what sucks is there's a lot of different ways mentally it can mess with you. So yeah, I mean, when you commit to something, you got to just commit to it, and know that in the long run, it's what you need. And I know in the long run, I need more size, so I got to bulk for as long as I can before I start cutting again. Even though I don't like the way, I'm not seeing as many lines, and I'm just not. I don't know. I'm one of those guys. I like to feel lean more than I like to feel big, if that makes sense. But in reality, I like both. You know what I mean? I want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger on show day, just fucking big chest, big shoulders, big arms, but also shredded. So I don't know. It's a fine line you got to walk. But yeah, let's call that a day, man. I'm done. Let's go get a protein shake.